Hi there. I'm just going to try and demonstrate how I've been landing the Airbus A350, the Inibuilds one. I'm on approach. I haven't started descending. Approach to EBBR Brussels. I've just passed the waypoint Kirky, and as you can possibly see, if you see the detail on that, we're about 3 or 4 miles away from top of descent. So what I'll do before we reach the top of descent, when we're a little bit closer, is I will change the altitude to 2000, which is the altitude which the ILS will pick up for the final landing approach, and I will then at the appropriate stage push into manage mode. I won't do that just yet. I'll wait until we're closer to the expected top of descent. As you can probably see, we'll get to Uvetti, and then it will turn to the right as we progressively add flaps, and then we'll pick up the ILS to land at EBBR. Right, I'm going to go into manage mode, and the aircraft is already starting to descend. I think it will settle down at 1000 feet a minute with the way I've done it. And we're flying a little bit below the flight path, but actually still within the general limits. And that's simply because I started the manage mode before we reached the actual top of descent. While we're waiting for that to fully capture, I'm going to just change the scale of this so you can see a little bit clearer, if you can see that detail. So before we get to Uvetti, I'm going to put the flight management system into approach. So down here I've got the performance screen here with the activate approach button ready to press there, and then I've got on the co-pilot screen I have the flight plan. So far the little green dot is still in the middle of that and captured by the magenta bracket, so we're still in line with the flight plan on the initial descent. As we get closer here, I shall change the scale again to put a bit more detail. So as you can see, we'll activate the approach somewhere around here. As we turn right, I shall activate the approach on the panel here in terms of the aircraft systems, and then we start the formal descent, final descent. Flaps 1, I'll probably put the flaps 1 a little bit earlier than that. Flaps 2 and then we're on to then the ILS, which comes this way. So I'm going to now activate the approach down here, click the button and then confirm. So the approach is now being managed, including the speed, so it's going to start slowing down. Because we are going a bit fast, we're basically overshooting the glide path a little bit. You could let it sort itself out apparently, or you could put speed brakes down a touch. It's not approved apparently because it wastes fuel, but as I'm going further and further away from that, I might do that just a touch. That will allow this speed to meet plan, and as soon as I'm close to where I think I need to be speed wise, I'll just raise those again. So the green dot is starting to rise again as we get closer to the glide path. And I'm progressively dropping the spoilers, and now the spoilers are off. So we should be able to, now we're at the lower speed, let the aircraft drop down naturally down to the glide path, and then it'll take it from there. As we're going around this circle, I'm now going to activate the approach on the system. So there's the magenta diamond, always nice to see. And the landing system is on. We're at about just under 190 knots. So we're coming up to flaps 1. And the magenta diamond is coming close to the middle point nicely. Airspeed dropping now down to just under 170 knots. So we're now on the ILS centre line as well. And we're going to drop to flaps 2. And Brussels Airport is over there. We're going to be doing a left-hand turn soon. I'm going to lower the undercarriage.
2,500.
think that means we've captured the ILS. I'm going to go full flaps. And this is where actually I'm going to shut off the auto throttle, because the speed it plans, I think, is, well, for me, just
2,000.
Just a bit nervous. It's a bit close to stall point, so I like just to have a little bit in hand. And here turns the aircraft towards the active runway. Sun's hiding it in the mist a little bit, but we're on the ILS, going a bit too fast now, so I shall drop the speed, otherwise we'll overshoot, which is what we're starting to do. So I'll bring it down to towards 140. And then I'll drop down to the 130 mark as we head towards the threshold, before I do the final flare, which will be a gentle flare. Right, so we're running a 140 knots, still on the ILS. As we get to about 500 feet, I'm going to take off the autopilot. 2 reds and 2 whites on the
500
runway lights, which is good.
400.
So that's the autopilot off.
300. 200. 100. 9.
Going
8,
off.
7.
Going
6,
off the centre line.
40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Oh well. Reverse thrust on. And I forgot to put the auto brakes on as well. That's why I only do this on simulators. So other than the grass on my wheels, we got down, just putting the flaps back up. And that's it.